A young girl was riding a horse in the wilderness, suddenly found a strange woman in black appeared on the hillside, staring fiercely at her and shouting her name. Annie saw her coming. She felt the danger approaching, so she ran towards her home in a hurry. The woman in black was chasing after her, telling her to wait. Annie had no choice but to charge forward. After a fierce chase, the woman in black suddenly stopped and watched as her prey escaped. Back at the manor, Anne's panic struck her parents and her fiancée, Paulette. They asked what had happened. Then her father, Desank, called the police. According to what Annie said, Paulette thought it might be some kind of warning to Anne. He joked that maybe the woman wanted them to cancel the wedding tonight.
That's not funny.
At that moment, the doorbell rang. A man came in, and it was Annie's ex-boyfriend Mill. Because he knew about Annie's upcoming wedding, he wanted to ask for confirmation. Desank stopped him. He asked him how he could give it up. Seeing Mill come to the door, Paulette was a little upset. He asked Annie if it was over with Mill, but Anne was a bit flustered at the moment. Said she just didn't want to talk to Mill. She wanted to leave, but Mill told her it wasn't too late. Annie was in a difficult position. She didn't know what to say. Apparently, she was still a little bit sad about Mill, and that's when Desank urged Mir to go. Otherwise, in a minute, he's gonna sue Mill for trespassing. Mill urged Anne not to be forced by Desank to make a decision against her will. It's not too late. She can still get an annulment, and he would marry her. Angrily, Desank pulled out his gun, and Annie went upstairs to hide. Mill reluctantly left. Years passed. Annie's clothes weren't so young anymore. Her face was wrinkled. She became obsessed with alcohol. Mother said they were losing the manor to someone else, but she didn't care. Annie thought the house was a bird cage, and she was the bird. She couldn't breathe with all the love they gave her. She blamed Desank for her own misery. Her mother thought she was slandering Desank.
Marie.
Although Desank had always given her everything and raised her as a child, but 25 years ago he drove Mill away, ruined her life for the next 25 years. Then Annie said she saw a ghost today. It looked just like her. That's herself on the engagement day when she was 18, which is why the police never found the woman in black. She realized now that Polly's joke had come true. She's become the ghost she was 25 years ago. Not only is she infertile, and her husband had made a mess of the estate. That's when Paulette appeared and said Desanker had been buried. He was now the master of the manor. Anne acted like she didn't give a damn, which made Paulette very unhappy. He reminded Anne to respect him. After all, she was the love of his life. Suddenly the time went back 25 years. On the night of the wedding, Annie asked Pauline to get her coat for her. As Pauline left, Miller appeared not far away. He kept waving. Annie rushed over to him. They embraced in an excited and happy embrace. Mill asked Annie to come with him, and Annie said yes, because Mir was her true love. Then they left. Paulette, who had arrived, could only watch their backs. But the cruel truth was that was all in Anne's imagination. She woke up and threw the wine in Paulette's face, then ran quickly out of the house. She rode up the hill, waiting for her 18-year-old self to appear, and when she came, Annie shouted her name, but it frightened her 18-year-old self. She rode off in a hurry. Annie was right behind her. She wanted to tell herself everything about the future, but unfortunately, her efforts were doomed to failure, because the future's warning to the past must be accepted in the past. For Annie, it would be a continuous cycle.